ribbon on me. Gotta keep a papa for the red ribbon on me.
Got my shots on the beat.
30 hertz straight up.
I gotta keep a papa, for the red ribbon on me. Fly away on Nimbus, headed up the commies. I need me a bag full of sensu to get me back started. You don't even know what I've been through. This train is hyperbolic. I ain't had a session in a minute, but I'm back. Let me finish. I'ma throw on the shade. Be the same with the pivot. I can't throw it away. Mellow.
What it do, Sensei crew? It's Anime Sensei here, and we're back in this joint, and we're gonna be doing What If Naruto Was the Reincarnation of an Ancient Uzumaki? Part 3. So, I know y'all missed this series a lot. I missed it a lot as well. And, well, yeah, we just gonna be getting straight into this, as this takes place about, I'm gonna say, a few weeks. Nah, it doesn't take them that long. About 3 days to get to the hidden sand. As Naruto and Sasume both get near the gate of the village, Naruto suddenly stops Sasume in her tracks, saying, listen, if we're gonna get into this village, most likely we're gonna have to body flicker. Because, remember, I'm still on the run. And, well, you're from Rice Country, so, you're pretty important as well. So, get ready to body flicker in a second. And don't hit me like last time. Listen, in my defense, you caught me off guard. Whatever, let's go. As Naruto suddenly grabs her shoulder, body flickering them into the sand village. Alright, Sasume, we came here for a few reasons. Number 1, to get a few jutsu scrolls. Number 2, get some food. And number 3, maybe learn some new things. So we'll split up. You'll go try to find the food, and I'll go try to find the jutsu. Fair enough? Fair enough, because, if we left you to get the food, you'd probably get ramen. You're not wrong there. Alright, let's split up. As Naruto had been walking around, pretty intrigued with the things he had seen in the hidden sand, as he had actually noticed that the hidden sand was actually smaller than the hidden leaf. And, well, Ashino, yeah, that's what I'm gonna name the reincarnation of Naruto's the person that Naruto was reincarnated into, Ashino. If y'all are a true anime fan, y'all know who he is. Anyway, as Ashino had gave him tips about the hidden sand, also mentioning a beast called Shikaku, who was the One-Tail's Jinjutsu. Naruto's actually intrigued, as Kurama had actually interfered, saying, kid, trust me, if we do run into the One-Tails, let's just say it's not going to be pretty. He's the weakest of them all. After all, he only has one tail. As Kurama continues to boast on how he is the best, and Shikaku's pretty weak. As Naruto says, alright, fair enough. As he leaves his mindscape, as suddenly he had bumped into someone. As he looks up, he sees a red-haired kid along with a girl with blonde hair and a boy with brown hair. As the kid with brown hair and makeup speaks up first, saying, hey yo, brat, watch where you're going. I don't think you know who you're talking to, do you? Naruto says, showing off a little bit of intent, as Kankuro had actually backed down. With Temari kinda intrigued with Naruto a little bit, sensing the power he had. Who do you think you are? Do you know who I am? I am the son of the Kazekage. You have no right to talk to me like that. Rank means nothing. What is your name? Kankuro, is it? Honestly, I'm gonna tell you. Rank means absolutely nothing. Because if you and me were to fight, 9 times out of 10, I'd win. So, before you want to use your rank and all that, at least make sure you're strong enough to talk. He got you there, Kankuro, Temari says with a smirk. Who are you? Gaara says, suddenly speaking up out of the blue. Who are you? Your power. You must be killed. As Gaara, at this moment, and where he can improve on in terms of, well, skill and strength, as I said before. As Naruto had eventually met up with Sasuke about an hour before he was supposed to meet up with Gaara. As Naruto had took the time to tell Sasuke about what was going on, as at first Sasuke was concerned, but quickly realized she had nothing to worry about, as Naruto would be fighting someone who was on par, or seemed to be on par with him. So her worry had actually died down. As Naruto was actually confused on first on why Sasuke was so worried, specifically about him, as they had only known each other for about a month, as if you don't count that other month where she was kind of technically stalking him, following him around, as Naruto had actually brushed it off, saying, girls can be weird sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I understand what Shikamaru meant, as he had actually barely mentioned his old friends in the Hidden Leaf to Sasuke, as, yes, Shikamaru and Naruto were still friends. Yes, they were, just because he left don't mean nothing. And who knows, you might see some Shikamaru in this. You never know. Just depends on what y'all want. But anyway, as Naruto is getting ready to go meet up with Gaara, Naruto says, alright, Sasuke, here's the deal. As much as I'd like for you to come, we still are going to need a place to stay. So, here, as Naruto reveals some money to her, use this money to go get us a hotel somewhere. It doesn't really matter where, just somewhere. Use it and spend it wisely. Maybe get a few snacks if we have extra money. Understood? Understood, she says, nodding back at Naruto. Alright, seems we're gonna have a challenge. You could say that again, Brat. You're gonna be fighting another Jinchuriki. Granted, it's Shikaku, but you'll still come out on top, Kurama says, with pride. As he had actually believed his Jinchuriki would win, mostly because he was, well, his Jinchuriki. If it were anyone else, he wouldn't really care or really believe in them all that much. And Ashino, well, he decided he'd sit this one out and not really tell Naruto about too much of it. Let Naruto decide on this on his own. And for a fair fight, he wouldn't lend him any strength either, so yeah. He wouldn't lend him anything either, so yeah. As Naruto suddenly arrives to the temple, he opens the door as he sees Tamari and Kankuro standing in the stands, as Gaara was in one corner. Kinda seemed to be a shadow figure, as he was just standing there, looking at the wall. As suddenly, when he had spotted Naruto, instead of rotating his whole body, only his head had rotated to look at Naruto. As his head was actually tilted a little bit, making it more creepy. Uzumaki, you've came. It's time to kill you now. Well, if you wanted to kill me, you could have just said that, but I'm not gonna let you do that without a fight, Naruto says, pumping his fist together, getting ready to fight. Alright then, Tamari says, you guys should have an even fight, and as before she continue on, wait! As someone busts into the room. Sasuke, what the heck, why are you here? I just told you to... Naruto, I don't care what you said. I just had to make sure everything went okay. I wouldn't want to leave you here by yourself, because if you pass out, who knows what they'll do to you. I gotta be here, at least to have your back. You had mine, I'll have yours. Fine. Go into the stands then. As she walks up to the stands, greeting Tamari and Kankuro, as they actually greeted her back, kinda kindly. Interesting. Continue on then. So, I want a clean fight. Nothing to... Just don't kill each other. 3, 2, 1, go! As Naruto goes charging towards Gaara, as Gaara suddenly puts up his sand wall as Naruto is getting ready to strike him in the face. Interesting, Naruto says to himself, while thinking about how this could happen that quickly as well. Alright then, Shadow Clone Jutsu, Naruto says, as he creates 2 shadow clones while slinging one of them to Gaara, just to catch him off guard for a second. as he also throws 3 kunais to follow up. Alright then, I gotta get him. As he had actually realized he had caught Gar off guard for a second, he had suddenly appeared in front of him, punching him in the face. You. How? Uzumaki. As Gar goes charging toward Naruto, hitting him with a fury of sand punches. As Naruto was able to dodge a few of them, as suddenly he had got caught off guard, getting punched in the face with the sand hand. As Naruto lands into the wall, he suddenly says, I knew this fight wouldn't be easy, but I didn't think it'd be this hard. Bring it on. You know, Uzumaki, I honestly thought you'd give up, but you show a power. I just don't know what it is. But let's see if we can bring that out of you, Gaara says, creating a giant sand fist, even bigger than the one he had before. Take this, Uzumaki. As he picks up Naruto while throwing him into the air. Not the air, but into the ceiling. As Naruto crashes into the ceiling, he says, Alright then, you wanna play dirty? We can play dirty. Fire style, fire fist jutsu! As Naruto gets launched towards Gaara. As Gaara, to counter, clash fists with him. As they both clash, Naruto says, might wanna on each arm. As Naruto takes them off, dropping them as a huge little gust of wind. Not wind, but like a little thing appears. As everyone was actually shocked at this, Naruto says, time to crank it up a bit. Huh, Gaara? Bring it, Uzumaki. As Gaara suddenly unleashes a huge sand storm surrounded around him. As Naruto decides he'd counter with a wind hurricane, as he had actually took time to practice this jutsu before testing it out. It had sent Gaara flying back, as he was barely catched himself, using his sand to protect him. As Naruto suddenly goes towards Gaara, hitting him repeatedly in the face, as while Gaara's sand was blocking each hit. With Naruto realizing the only way he could slow Gaara's sand down is water. That's it. As Naruto suddenly fires off a water dragon jutsu towards Gaara. As well, if you're smart, you know what water and sand can make. As Naruto uses this chance to finally hit Gaara in the chest, sending him flying back, as Gaara had coughed up blood. As he stares down the blood, menacingly, he says, How? Uzumaki, you made me bleed. How? As he starts panicking, getting even more angrier by the moment. As suddenly he starts to turn into the one-tailed. If, like, you guys remember that transformation from, tuning exams before he fully turned in Shikaku? Basically, he's in that. But think of it as a more evolved version. You're gonna pay for this, Uzumaki. As he goes charging towards Naruto, speed blitzing him pretty much, while hitting him repeatedly, as he had grabbed him using his sand arm, as he repeatedly slammed him into the ground. Each time Naruto would cough up blood. As suddenly Naruto, who had gotten enough of this, suddenly says, That's it! As he suddenly starts to grow fangs, with his nails getting longer, same with a chakra cloak surrounding him, as it appeared to have one tail. As Naruto suddenly started to growl, saying, You wanna fight? Well, you're gonna get a fight! As Naruto and Gaara both go charging towards each other, clashing, as Naruto had actually did a roll of sorts, as he had managed to pounce on Gaara while throwing him back as well. As he suddenly starts to fire up a few tailed beast bombs, with Gaara being able to dodge a few, but that last one sending him flying back. As Gaara manages to get up, he says, Alright, Uzumaki, let's end this now. As Gaara suddenly makes a sandstorm shield, so big to the point where everyone could see the power coming off of it. As Gaara suddenly starts to revert into Shikaku fully, to the point where it actually destroyed the temple. As Shikaku says, finally breaking out, "Oh, well, if it isn't Kurama." As he starts laughing maniacally. As Kurama, who's inside of Naruto's mindscape, says, "Alright, Naruto, get ready. I'm about to pump up chakra into you to the point where you're going to be able to use about 1 tail's worth of my chakra." "No, that's not enough. The most I can give you is 4. That might be able to get the job done." "Alright." "Alright," the demonic Naruto says. As suddenly Kurama starts to pump chakra into Naruto's body. As Naruto goes from the 1 tails to the 2 tails to the 3 tails to finally the 4 tails. As Shikaku gets ready to fire off a tailed beast bomb that seems to be able to destroy not only the hidden sand village, which was nearby, but also Naruto and everyone else. As Naruto had realized that the only way he could beat him was with Ashino's chakra. "Ashino," Naruto says in his demonic form, "please, I need your help. I know I don't usually ask for your help, but I need your help." "Alright, Naruto. Usually, gods like myself should not interfere with problems like this, but since I'll throw you a bone." As Naruto suddenly got an amp from Ashino, as his tailed beast bomb that he was getting ready to counter Gaara's with suddenly got bigger to the point where it was about the same size as Gaara's. As each Jinchuriki shoots off their tailed beast bomb, suddenly they clash with each other as the bombs are battling for domination. As Naruto suddenly fires off 1 more just to get the job done, as Naruto's tailed beast bomb had managed to overcome Gaara's. As Gaara was falling from the sky, as Shikaku had got knocked back into the mindscape. As Gaara was falling from the sky, Naruto, who managed to catch him, while also passing out. As Sasuke decides to take Naruto, realizing that would be the best thing. As she's getting ready to leave, she suddenly takes Naruto into the shadows of the bush as she watches what goes on currently. As the Sand siblings seem to be defending their brother Gaara from the village. As they're all saying, "Get the demon brat out of here. See what he did? He nearly destroyed us." "It's not Gaara's fault. It happened. It was an accident. You all are monsters." As suddenly the Kazekage appears. "What is the meaning of this? Father, they're calling Gaara a monster." "They have every right to. And Tamari and Kankuro, I'm honestly disappointed in both of you. Why are you standing up for a demon brat like himself? If anything, you should be against him. If I ever see you associated with him, you all will be banished." "Well, you might as well vanish us now, Father, because we're gonna stand by Gaara's side regardless of what happens. Whatever you say won't change how we feel," Tamari says, while ending it off with Kankuro nodding in agreement. "Alright then, get out of my village now! Get them!" As Gaara suddenly wakes up, sending everyone who was trying to get them flying back with the sand, as he says, "Go!" As they all proceed to run out the village, as Sasuke, who had Naruto on her back currently, suddenly pops up from the shadows saying, "I'm sorry for the unfortunate accident of you guys getting vanished and all that. I'm honestly sorry. It's okay. That village was bad anyway. How about this? Since, Naruto honestly wouldn't mind, and he's looking to recruit people for his team, how about you guys join us?" That'll be a great idea. As everyone looks down to Naruto, who had actually woke up. Honestly, Sasuke, I gotta say I'm proud. With Sasuke blushing just slightly, to the point where a few could only notice. Everyone but Naruto. That's a great idea, though. You guys are welcome to join, and I'm sorry for, unfortunately, what happened. But, hey, Tailed beasts gotta stick together. Naruto says, offering a fist bump to Gaara. As Gaara actually takes the fist bump back. You're right. But what's your real name? With Naruto getting caught off guard with that. What do you mean? Well, sorry to say, Uzumaki, but I can tell you're lying. No, wait, your real name is Ashino. Fair enough. Well, since we're on the same side now, my name really is Naruto Uzumaki. I once lived in the Hidden Leaf Village, but I left due to some reasons. We'll talk about that all later, but why don't we chill out for the most part? We should definitely head maybe to the Hidden Cloud. Yeah, that sounds good. Does everyone else nods in agreement? As this is where I'm going to be leaving it off. I hope you guys enjoyed. Also, I'm not sure if you can realize, but I'm kind of doing build-up episodes for all the tailed beasts to reunite. Like, this episode was kind of made to build up Gaara, and the next will be Killer Bee, and then we'll take a little break from the build-up for some arcs. Then we'll get back to the build-up. As Shippuden, yeah, that's when the build-up most likely will be finished. Anyway, remember, road to 200. I know we can do it, Sensei Crew. Come on, man. Y'all gotta help me out, too. Let me know how you feel about the videos, and just be a supporter. You know what I'm saying? But Anime Sensei, out.